Hello guys, this is Brefi and welcome to the podcast. And this time it's gonna be a real talk cause a friend of mine Esther requested me recently to talk about depression. Truth is her husband George has a mental breakdown and it has a massive impacts on him and on her wife as well. So, depression. I think we are all familiar with the words depression. Like depression, stressed out, anxiety, I think we all know that. But I'm not gonna focus on that side, but I'm gonna focus for George because George had a bad record on drugs. His choice of drugs was heroin. And I just want to say that I've been in his shoes for more than 20 years. And so I know well. But let me warn you first, I'm no professional. I'm just sharing my opinions. Whatever is in my heart or in my head, what's just popped out, I'm just saying it. So depression, it could be for any reason. You can get depressed for many kinds of reasons. But I'm not going to talk about that, like I said earlier. So I will be focusing on drugs, depression. But just a little hint. When some people are a high depression functioning is a fucking really dangerous thing. Because when the depression is highly frequency, has the highest frequency functioning in your mind, you will commit suicide. That's a fact. Many students who don't get admitted to a certain college or whatever, they feel ashamed of themselves and they think that they give the family a bad name. So they jump off from the roof and died. I pitied them. It's because they don't know that they still have a life ahead of them. They are just living in the present, not looking at the future. Life should be like this. You can't live your life forgetting the past, but not living your past life. Remember your past life and correct whatever mistakes you have done in your present life. It will be all inside your head. So you gotta make it in action. If you don't practice it in practical, what's the use of it? It will get rotted in your head. Nothing more. So I asked George to find out what is the reason you're so depressed of. I bet it must be drugs issues or you relapse or whatsoever. I don't know the actual reason, but it has to have a reason, because everything has a reason. Nothing exists without a reason. Look around you, your surroundings, your environments, living things, non-living things, they all have their own existence and purpose. So we humans as well have our own existence and purpose. So finding the answer and knowing its importance of existence and purpose is a must. It is a duty. So, what is your existence and purpose of life? Are you born to be an addict and die like an addict? Ask yourself. Because, sorry. And the moment you understand the true meaning of your existence and purpose will be the very moment you will witness a great exchange, a great change in your personal daily life. If you didn't, then you would be I don't know, how will I say? Then you will be perhaps be a veteran of your pathetic life, your past life I mean, and then your past life that you have lived before, which you literally called it a fool's life. So transformation is important for people like me and like you and like us who are related to drugs, especially because we are walking on the path of destruction. When we are walking on the path of destruction, we fell in the pit of depression, and depression can do much damage than we can ever imagine in the head. It's worse. You may become mad, a psychopath, and you might consult a psychiatric. I don't know. I've never been to a psychiatric, but like I said before, people who keeps on remaining as the same as they were, was, is, will certainly, for sure, one day face a grave danger where they would wish for death rather than experiencing a living hell in life. So they would ultimately prefer to die so as to escape from the terrifying life of horrible agony that haunts them day and night. There ain't no better ways than to die rather than to live the uncomfortable damn life, because regretness tormented the heart, more painful than suffering from a serious diseases and sickness. They would lose faith, hope, and love, which are the main factors that sustain our lives, which leads or which inspired people to be a better version of themselves. So when you found the reason why you're depressed, write down all you know about it. Grab a pen and then write it down in a book and note it down. All my weaknesses. I did it when I was on drugs, when I was desperate to get out from that shithole. I wrote down all my weaknesses, why I kept on relapsing after I quit. I can't count how many times I have relapsed. So I wrote them down. I wrote down like 12 points, I think. So I followed them. And by God's grace, here I am, able to help someone who has been in my shoes before. So during this curfew, I can't go out and do vlog and travels and all. So I'm just sitting here in my room and I wrote down some things I have learned. I'll just read it out. So I have written down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 10, 11, 12 points, and I'll just read it down. 1. No matter how heartbroken I am, I will never forget to eat. Quite good, huh? And I want to write, I miss you, on a rock and throw it in your face, and you know how much it hurts to miss you. Choose me or lose me. That's a bit confidential, huh? And before lockdown, I was active. And during lockdown, I became lazy. Max Pro Ultimate. Really. and become lazier. And being ugly is so peaceful. Nobody texts you, nobody falls in love with you, nobody cares whether you live or dead, nobody stares at you, you don't feel like posting your pictures every time. You can just be happy all alone every time. You can just be happy all alone. And once you start caring too much, you're fucked up. Mark that, remember the one. And my love for you is like COVID-19. It increases every day. Quite funny, man. What a point I've learned. And if you have this type of mentality, we can be friends. What kind of mentality? I'm not gonna tell you. We are not alcoholics. We are not a drug addict. We only drink. We only sat on. We are on weekends